So what is it like having drunk ayahuasca more than 100 times? I used to count exactly how many ceremonies I had attended, and I lost count at one point. A lot of people ask me because they say, well, Nico, if it's so good, why do you keep coming back? Why do you drink it so often? For that, I made another video that you can check. I'm gonna attach the link below. But more than that, I wanna share with you how it has changed my life, because maybe you're already drinking medicine and you're thinking to come and visit us, or maybe you're considering to drink it and you're wondering about the long-term or maybe short to medium-term effects. What happens if you drink so much? You may end up like me, making videos on YouTube. Jokes aside, before I started drinking ayahuasca, I didn't think my life was bad, if I'm honest with you. I was not in massive pain or massive struggles. I was very content with the way that I was living. And I think that was the problem, that it is not the things that hurt us deeply, but the things that are not working that we learn to live with, that we accept as a normal part of life. I was recently speaking with a woman, a girl, that shared that she wouldn't know who she would be if she wasn't anxious. She was very much attached to her identity being that of an anxious person since she was a child. And I asked her, if you could do this and wake up without anxiety tomorrow, would you do it? And she said, no, like I just wouldn't know who I would be without it. I just wouldn't know what my life would be like without this. And then jokingly, but not really, she said, I also think that this makes me more interesting. And I could see the pain she was stuck in and how it was a choice. And that was the problem with me. I was doing a lot of things that I felt were fine, that were part of my identity, of a very exciting man. I think I was a boy, if I'm honest with you. Part of these things where I was taking drugs, drinking almost every day. I was working as a tattoo artist full-time in a place that was not very healthy. There was a lot of gossip. The owner of that shop was not the kindest human being. He continuously stole money from some of the artists. There were many things that were quite toxic. I will scroll through Tinder endlessly and meet women a couple of times until they fell in love, and then I would tell them, hey, I'm not ready for this, and move on. Every time that I went out, I had to take some substance, MDMA, sometimes cocaine, sometimes at least drinking a lot, sometimes GHB, mushrooms, sometimes a lot of those in one night. And I carry a lot of shame around that for a long time. I wouldn't share about it publicly because I felt people would look at me in a different way. But I'm at peace with it right now. When I drank ayahuasca and where it has led me now, it's I quit drinking alcohol. I'm not like an alcoholic anonymous that tells you I haven't drank alcohol in 3 years, 25 days and 2 hours. No. Because the person that is drinking every day and the person that is forcing themselves not to drink every day are in the same place. They're both thinking about alcohol 24/7. I came to a point where I don't think about it, where if I drink it, usually I can't do past 1 or 2 glasses of wine, if I even decide to do that. It's not on my mind. I don't see it as a necessity or a prerequisite for me to be social, to connect. I stopped being promiscuous with my sexual life. I got married recently to a woman that is very beautiful, with whom we have grown together, and that taught me and keeps teaching me the meaning of commitment. I felt marriage would be the ultimate jail, the ultimate entrapment. And I've realized that the ultimate jail was my compulsive sexual behavior. I was not free from wanting to be with a new woman quite often. I was not free from that chase, from that thrill. But along that journey, I hurt many women and I hurt myself too. I got engaged in relationships that were not leading anywhere and where pain was inevitable. Ayahuasca taught me how to be a better partner, And the big part of that was to not lie, to be fully honest with myself first and foremost, but also with others. It's been teaching me to really look inside of me before I do something and before I say something. And it is showing me every time that I drink it to this day, it's like it shows me a bill that says like, hey, this moment you said this, but that was not the full truth. Or in this moment you manipulated the truth a little bit. Or you did this one thing that was not in alignment or in alignment or integrity with your word. I am in the process of retiring from being a tattoo artist and working with the ayahuasca community and having my own personal coaching practice, as well as a couple of other things on the side, have been the result of following my dreams. As this video is being published, I'm very close to publishing my first book. If the book is ready, I'll add a link below. But in general, and maybe the bigger thing and the biggest gift from this journey for me has been finding God. And maybe you think, oh, Nico, I liked you so far, but now you turn into some religious preacher. I can't do this. No, before you stop the video, I want to share that I have the same disdain for religion, for organized religion, as you may have. And if you're a very religious person, no offense, but most religions are quite corrupted by now. So when I refer to God, I refer to the intelligence, the creator of this creation, the source of it, the great spirit, life itself, the thing that is at the root of everything that is happening. Discovering that within myself, realizing that I'm alive, not in my mind and not merely in my body and my instincts, but feeling that there's something deeper, something greater. That no matter what happens in my life, no matter if there are tight situations with my wife, no matter if there are challenges at work, no matter if there's pain in certain ways, I can look at it with a lot of love and a lot of understanding. Ayahuasca gave me the gift of embracing and discovering my own spiritual journey and developing my own relationship that was not mediated by some priest, some shaman, some anybody, no. My own relationship to life, to the life, the energy that bursts within me. And out of this, I feel that before, where I used to go, I used to create chaos in the heart of women, in my body through substances, in my family through my dismissive behavior, in many areas through being drunk all the time, being impolite, through lying, deceiving, manipulating. I felt like everything that I touched, it turned ugly, and ayahuasca showed me that. And now I feel the opposite. One friend once told me, he made a blessing. He said, may flowers bloom wherever your foot steps. And I feel my life has turned into a lot of this. Everywhere I go, I can't help but find a lot of beauty in the places, in the people, in myself. And sometimes it is not that the people turn more beautiful, the places now are nicer, or no. I feel what changed was my heart and how I looked at life. This is the main reason why I decided to create these videos. I enjoy this, I enjoy sharing, and I quit doing drugs, I quit drinking, I quit being promiscuous. I started following my dreams. I stopped being afraid from speaking the truth. I stopped being afraid from my mother, from my father, from my partners. I stopped being afraid of letting love inside. I stopped feeling unworthy of wealth and abundance. And I started feeling alive and more connected to myself and my heart. And I hope that if you're on the fence around drinking medicine, that maybe, hopefully, this video adds a little block to what you're building. Maybe you're building the confidence and the strength and the resolution to go and drink medicine. Hopefully with us in Colombia. I would love that. Maybe we can meet. Maybe not. Maybe you're gonna do it somewhere else, and I hope you did your research. But hopefully you trust that this is a medicine that, although painful sometimes, although overwhelming, bittersweet as its very flavor, it has the potential for great healing if you're committed, if you're decided. And great healing is not just, I turned into a hippie and now I'm living in the mountains. No, healing comes with social action, with leadership, improved finances, improved relationships, improved health. It's very practical. Ayahuasca gives you homework, and if you do it, your life improves drastically and faster than you could have imagined. Fortunately, the pain of a broken relationship led me to this journey and to understanding that there's no more time to waste. Maybe right now you hear on the background there's a child crying, and right when we're speaking about pain, a lot of the pain that we live, that we carry and that we make others feel is pain that we inherited. A difficult upbringing and childhood situation, childhood trauma, contains a big vast of our human and adult experience. And ayahuasca allowed me to forgive my mom for being violent, to forgive my dad for being unfaithful to my mother, and forgiving myself for judging them and judging myself and thinking there was something wrong with me. Having compassion to love them and understand the predicament they were in, the humanity that they were struggling with, as I have struggled with mine sometimes. So today, my family is closer than it has ever been before. We are all very healthy. My physical health is also the greatest. I lost like 20, 30 pounds. Not trying, just I was carrying a lot of things emotionally, and now I have energy, I have clarity, I have love, I have a wife. And more than that, and even if I didn't have any of that, I feel at peace and at ease, full with being alive alone, no longer needing to chase distractions, substances, or intense experiences to feel that life has meaning. I hope that you can one day experience the same, hopefully better, and that if you're going through pain right now or through doubts and confusion, that you know that it is possible, that it is possible. Take that from someone who overdosed a couple of times and did a lot of stupid things in his 20s, and for whom a lot of people thought that there was no coming back, there was no turning around. And now life has changed, because the moment that we transform the way that we look at life, the life that we look at changes. Someone wise once told me. This is it for today. If you want to come drink ayahuasca with us in Colombia, here are the links. If you're going somewhere else and you want preparation and integration courses, if you still want me to help you in your process, you can also find that below. Speak soon.